So are you ready to PR yourself? We'll remove the mystery from all things PR, and we'll discuss everything from our top strategies to tips and tricks and everything that you can utilize to further enhance your brand or your message. I've been in media, I'm a journalist, and I'm also a publicist. I am Leah Frazier, CEO of Think3 Media, and your host for PR Yourself with Leah Frazier. Let's go. Thank you so much for tuning in to PR Yourself with Leah Frazier. I am your host, Leah Frazier, and I'm just here for a couple of updates. You guys are killing it. We are now heard all over the world. I just got a report that we are trending in Trinidad and Tobago and in other countries, Australia, the UK, South Africa, Kenya. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. It just does my little Dallas, Texas heart so much joy and brings me so much joy, and it brings me so much pride to be able to deliver this podcast to you as often as I can on a weekly, bi-weekly basis. But here's some new things that you guys can look forward to as we're about to close out season 4, head into season 5. There is going to be an all new show format. I am pumped about it. We're going to be turning all of your favorite segments from the PR Petty to the PR Piss Off of the Week to PR Hot News. We're going to be combining all of that along with our exclusive interviews with our guests into one format. So it feels more like radio listening as you guys are, walking your dogs outside, or you're doing your makeup like I hear from a lot of you guys, or you're just listening as you're working throughout your workday. We're going to make this more fun and just like your broadcast radio, and we're going to make it fun, and we're going to bring back some of your favorite co-hosts like Kiana McDaniel or Chandra Gore or many of those other guys, and we'll actually have some other celebrity guests for you guys. So you're going to want to stay tuned. Other things you want to be sure to do is to go to my YouTube page. So you're going to subscribe to Leah Frazier. I have a PR Yourself with Leah Frazier list of videos for those times where we do our virtual interviews. So you can actually see what myself and my co-host and our interviewed guests look like, and it's just a more relatable format to see how we have a lovely little banter online. So be sure to go out and subscribe to the YouTube channel just in case you get sick of hearing the podcast. You want to see us on screen, put it on your TV while you're cleaning, whatever you want to do, that'll be available for you. The book is coming. I just approved PR Yourself. The book, the cover, it's real. It's going down. Head to pryourselfbook.com. Sign up for the list so you know exactly when pre-sales drop. It's literally going to be dropping within the next 30 days. Not even kidding you guys. I already have organizations ordering that baby up, and I want to get this in your hands so that you can PR yourself to the max through the end of 2021 and beyond. And lastly, remember, I do have a membership offer for you guys. If you want ongoing marketing and PR advice once a month that you can use, is tactical, is actionable for you to apply to your business, go to think3media.com and sign up for our membership. And you can go under the EDU tab. It'll take you straight to our membership. It's $49 a month. You can't beat that for one course session from me, and also access to a business mastermind with other like-minded individuals who need that ongoing training just as much as you do. So again, go to think3media.com, hit that EDU tab and sign up for our membership, and let's get rocking and rolling through the end of 2021. Thanks for tuning in. And now to your PR Yourself episode. Welcome back to another episode of PR Yourself with Leah Frazier. I am so excited about the show today. I'm going to start it all off just letting you guys know a little bit about how my week is going here in Dallas, Texas. But also we have a very special PR Petty episode back again, Chandra Gore with myself, and we'll be talking about a case that arose right here out of the DFW Metroplex with a principal, his wife, some sexy photos, and a school district that just wasn't happy about that. So you're going to want to check that out. I would say it's hot news, but like, hot as in sexy hot. So if you guys go out to pryourselfwithleahfrazier.com, there will be a blog post that shows some of the photos that go along with Chandra and I doing a little PR breakdown of school district versus principal versus all these situations that are popping up. So super, super, super duper fun. But before we get into that, I just want to say, it is August, and I hate dating episodes because you don't know when somebody is going to listen to this, but I just have to. It is August, and it is a National Black Business Month. So we're celebrating and supporting all things Black businesses, small businesses, entrepreneurs, startups, the whole community. So kudos to all of you. My company, Think3 Media, we partnered with Legacy West, which is a shopping district based out of the Plano area in North Dallas, to do a series of pop-ups throughout the month of August featuring a locally owned Black business. And it spanned all different areas: fashion, beauty, retail, wellness, home. It's so super duper cool. They're going to let them pop right on up in their own tent in the breezeway on the property. And they get around, on average, 30,000 people on a weekend per day. So they get access to all of that foot traffic, and they get to sell. And most of the vendors sell out, and they get to do all of that for free with Legacy West. So a big thank you to Legacy West for partnering with Think3 Media on this amazing initiative for our Black owned businesses. They're going to love it. I'm actually, after I record this, I'm headed out there to see our first vendor, to see how he's going to be doing out there at Legacy West. And so it's pretty awesome. But working with these small businesses, because we were able to line up 12, and we had a huge request from other Black owned businesses that wanted to take part. So I'm trying to figure out how we can double up the space and get as many in there as possible, at least on the last week of August. But one of the things that I was working with the vendors on doing is, because so many, and I'm pretty sure some of you guys out there have this same issue, were hitting me up, texting me, calling me, and some were some of my really close friends saying, Leah, I'm really nervous. This is a big opportunity. What if I don't sell out? And I understand that as small businesses and entrepreneurs, we are in the business to make money. You need revenue. Money makes the world go round. I freaking get it. I wake up and I'm hustling every day, right? Because I got bills to pay, and I got people's bills to pay, other people's bills to pay. But you can't think of it like this. You have to think of, especially when somebody is new to your business or brand, you have to think of it as a marketing opportunity where maybe a percentage of those people who are new to getting to know you will convert to some sort of sale. But marketing overall, when somebody is completely new to your brand, is all about trust. So even for these smaller vendors where we know the stats, we know that there's going to be 30,000 people plus on average per day during the weekend at Legacy West. We know that in the past, historically, the vendors have sold out of their product. That's great. But you also have to go a step further and say, I'm prepared for sales, but what if that person's on the fence and they want more information? What if that person likes my brand, but they ran out of money before they got to the end of the shopping district where the tent is set up? And you want to come prepared with some sort of marketing strategy. So I'm just going to break it down to how I did with some of the vendors. I'm actually going to record a very special video for them today, reminding them, because I understand how we get in our heads sometimes. And it's just like, I want to sell. And if I don't sell out of my products like everybody else has done historically, then I'm a failure. And that is absolutely not true. So one of the things that I told them was that they need to be thinking strategically about how they're going to capture customer info while they're out at their tent. So somebody may be looking around. Take, for example, we have 3 Volt Fitness, which is a boutique and apparel company ran by Randy Chapman and DeMarcus Ware and DeMarcus Ware's wife. They're all co-founders, and they're going to be out there. So let's just say somebody just came from Lululemon or Fabletics, but they really like their brand, but they just spent all their money. What is 3 Volt going to do to capture the customer in that moment so that maybe 2 weeks down the road or a month down the road, they're the person that this customer chooses over the Lululemon and over the Fabletics. So if they come to the tent, I'm telling the vendors, what do you first of all, do you even have your email marketing set up? Are you on MailChimp? Are you on Kajabi? Are you on Constant Contact? Do you have some sort of email newsletter, email marketing set up? I know MailChimp is free, where at that point in time, when they come to your tent, maybe they see some things that they like, something that you can offer them. Hey, if you sign up on this form, like a lot of them have forms, you could have an iPad out there. If you sign up on this form and, we'll send you a 10% off coupon so that when you're ready to purchase, we're ready for you. And at that moment, you've captured their name, their last name, their first and last name, sorry. You've captured their email address and whatever other pertinent info that you need in order to strategically market to them in the future. Therefore, this is not seen as a loss because you didn't make a sale. I actually like this way better because now you can take the time to nurture and to further market to this customer. But you have to have the shit set up before you actually get out there. You have to have the email marketing set up. You have to have, okay, when I do capture their information, what type of newsletters am I sending them? What type of ways am I interacting with this customer in order to get the sale maybe 2 weeks or a month down the road? These are the things that I'm talking to the vendors about. So they need to be prepared. And this is all same principles, whether you're a vendor, even when you have a service. These are the same things that I tell business coaches and consultants when they go to speak on panels. How prepared are you to convert folks into your services or your consulting packages once you step off the stage? And many of them just go speak and leave. That is not how this shit works. Another thing that I told the vendors was like, hey, if you're just not too comfortable asking for email addresses, I know I have a specific email that's only for those things. I know y'all know what I'm talking about because y'all got it too. But if you want to make it fun and you don't, feel comfortable asking for customer information, then loop it in with a really dope giveaway. So one of my friends yesterday who called panicking, and I was like, girl, I literally texted her, I don't have time for this shit. Because she knows she's the bomb and she's allowing imposter syndrome to creep in her head. And it just really pissed me off. But I said, what you're going to do is create a basket, and it's going to have all of your amazing goodies in there. It's going to have your organic essential oils. It's going to have your sage in there. It's going to have the beautiful candles that you have. You're going to make it in this really attractive basket or whatever. And you're going to put that smack dab in the front of your table. So they see that in addition to your products. And as they're interacting, you're going to tell them about that giveaway and what they can win. And it needs to be where it's like an offer they can't refuse and they want to give you their information. So whether it's doing something like that or whether it's put your business card in a bowl in order to get a free lunch, that is all marketing to a customer that you could potentially sell things to in the future. This is being smart about your opportunity and not being one track minded and only focused on, I got to sell. No, you're going to sell, but you also need to think about, how am I going to attract my potential customer, nurture them, and then have them buy from me in the future? And then once they buy, how can I make them buy from me again? That is a very basic marketing process, right? Other things that I told the vendors that they could do was obviously provide samples, because if you're providing a product, it's mom and pop. Some people are like, I'm a name brand whore. So, they're not used to mom and pop making their own shea butter in the back, but it actually being better than the shea butter they're buying from Target, so having those samples that they can take with them along with a card or some sort of Instagram, or getting them to follow you at that moment or something where when they use that, they're like, this is thebomb.com. Now, where did I get this from? And then immediately inspire them into action. So have those samples ready. Lastly, and there's a million ideas I could come up with, but these are the main things that I was telling the vendors they need to go out there with. Have something available to reward customers for immediately doing some sort of social media activation with you on site. So if they're not buying, and maybe you couldn't get them to sign up for the email list, maybe you can get them to just give you a simple follow on social media. So maybe the receiving the samples is the byproduct or the reward for you following me right then on the spot on social media. And extra bonus points go if you take a selfie with my product and put it in your stories and you tag us. And oh, by the way, tag Legacy West, because in our whole discussions, they said that they would share anything that we tag them in our stories. I think that's a dope ass deal. I'm just saying, get that follower count up, but then produce the type of content that they want to see continuously over and over and over again, to then eventually convert them into your customer. So that's just some things I just wanted to break down and talk to you guys about for just a little bit, because this was top of mind. This happened this week. It's timely. And I was like, I'm going to talk to my PR Yourself audience about this, because oftentimes we get one track minded, and that's not how it is. We need to have potential customers in our funnel. And we have to be honest with ourselves and our expectations that not everybody is going to purchase from us the moment that they see us. While we would love that, oftentimes we just got to get them within our aura. We just got to get them within our network. We just got to get them within our spirit. And then once they see how we move, we operate, that we're about our business, that our products are good, that our services are amazing, at some point in time, they will buy from you. But if you allow people, like in this opportunity, my fear is that one of the vendors is not going to listen to me, or they're not going to take the time to work on this before they get out there. And let's just say 1,000 people come into that tent. And let's just say 900 people don't buy, and they just let them walk away. That is 900 potential customers. And you do the math that, let's just say 20% converted. That is still substantial, that you just allowed to come in your presence, snoop around your tent, snoop around your pop-up, and that you spent your time, your money, and just extra effort to build and provide for them, just to have them snoop around and just walk away, and you get nothing. We got to think smarter, not harder. Marketing is super easy if you guys just think it all the way through. And that's just something that I wanted to put on you guys' radar today. So we're going to hear a word from our sponsors, and you know who it is. It is Branch Farms. I'm getting my certification in guided meditation in October. And so Branch Farms is going to be one of the companies that I recommend for folks who need their brain to calm down just a little bit with a little CBD oil, because it's going to be amazing. But hear the word that I have for Branch Farms. And then when we come back, we're going to get right into some PR Petty hot news with my girl, Chandra Gore. Thank you all so much for tuning into this episode of PR Yourself with Leah Frazier. We're going to take a quick break, and I want to tell you about our sponsor, Branch Farms. You guys know that during the pandemic, I was dealing with a lot that had to deal with mental anxiety. I've been having to meditate. I've been having to find different sleep rituals so that I could sleep a little bit better, because it's just been a little bit stressful. And so Branch Farms has helped me out with my CBD oil. It's been amazing. So I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about them today. They are family owned, and like the hemp plant, their roots are rich deep into the soil. For more than 100 years, Branch Farms has farmed in the Southeast Delta region of Arkansas, where agriculture has sustained this family-owned business for 4 generations. Branch Farms produces premium hemp-derived goods from soil to shelf, which means that they plant, harvest, process, and manufacture products, maintaining a high level of integrity during the entire product lifecycle. Now, let me tell you guys, my favorite is the CBD oil that is mint flavored, and recently I tried the citrus flavor, and it's incredible. You just dab it right under your tongue, and I am immediately just feeling a wave of just calmness. And it's absolutely incredible. I've tried a lot of CBD oil out there, you guys. This one does not leave an aftertaste. It's so smooth. And like I said, it helps immediately. So just depending on whatever you need, there's a lot of different health benefits to CBD. I just want to give you guys the brand that I use, because I've tried a lot. Being a journalist, I've had to test a lot of products, and Branch Farms is the CBD oil company for me. They have a lot of other products, so you guys just need to check them out at branchfarms.com. Farms. That's actually P as in Peter, HARM as in Mama, S as in Sam.com. So to purchase their full and broad spectrum CBD oil lines or learn more about their wholesale opportunities, including white labeling and vendor partnerships, go ahead and visit branchfarms.com. We'll have that in the caption. And you can enter my code Leah15 for 15% off of your order. This promo code is active now through December 31st, 2021, but you're going to want to go ahead and order that today because it is amazing. And so thank you guys for tuning in. And now back to this episode on PR Yourself with Leah Frazier. We are going to discuss up next. Let's talk about husband and wife shit. So a couple of days ago, I was just chilling and I'm going to encourage everybody. I am a writer for Newsbreak, which is the #1 app for all things breaking news. They pull in all of your breaking news sources from like NBC, CBS, Today, and if you tell it which region you want it from. So I'm subscribed to national, but also to Dallas, then you will get notifications of news alerts that are happening all over your city. So for me, I specifically write for them and I do all things breaking news and entertainment, business and all of that fun stuff. But the other day I was just chilling and I had a notification from our NBC Channel 5 that there was a out in our South Lake area, and I'm going to pull it up because he is just out there. He is out there. All right. So, high school principal in Colleyville. So for all of you guys that are out there and you don't know, I am from Texas, born and raised here, all my life. Moved around quite a bit, but let me tell you about Colleyville. So Colleyville is kind of like it's the suburbs, but it's like a sprinkling of Black people there. Now it may have developed over the years, but when I knew Colleyville to be Colleyville, it was in development and there wasn't really a high Black population there. It is very white centric and white driven. And so to have a Black principal at any of the schools is a big deal because for as long as I can remember now, I've moved away several times, but Colleyville is one of those suburbs in the DFW Metroplex that is not where all the Black people flock to, okay? Their schools are very nice, very beautiful homes, large schools. I had a couple girls on my AAU team that played for Colleyville and they were very well to do. So that is the city that we are talking about. Okay. So high school principal in Colleyville, his name is James Whitfield. He faced sharp criticism from parents over the years. Now this is very important. So this is before these pictures leaked because he was very vocal about teaching critical race theory. He is a Black man. Okay. The school board came out against it and the parents accused him of trying to teach it. I don't know if he insinuated to it or whatever it was, but they have been critical about him for years because of him categorizing actions and things that were going on as white privilege. And we know all about that, right? And those trigger words for white people with their fragility. What's up?
So basically, he was bringing attention to racism and the things that were going on in the school.
Correct. So he, and again, you have to think about where he's at. He is in Colleyville.
Oh, my bad.
You're in Colleyville. You're going into the system and you're telling the system what is wrong and they're not wanting to hear it. So, and I will get the facts, but he is known for this apparently, and they didn't like it. So in 2019, he had a couple of photographs. He had done a professional photo shoot with his wife on the beach with a professional photographer, and they took husband and wife photos. I mean, she's laying on the beach. He's kind of on top of her, but very lovingly. He has his tattoo on his left arm showing, and it was their anniversary pictures.
10 years ago.
2.
No, it was 2019, but the pictures was from their 10th
yeah, because he's
anniversary.
definitely put on some weight. And I was like, when were these taken?
I'm just saying, like, so y'all got mad about pictures. Okay, go ahead, because this.
So they're on the beach. He has these as a part of his Facebook album, and he gets a message from the school or the school district saying, "Is this the Dr. Whitfield we want leading our schools?" Mind you, this is a picture with his wife for their anniversary with a professional photographer on the beach. There's nothing suggestive. He's not naked. She's not naked. He's kind of hovering over her in one of the pictures. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you're probably looking at a picture of it right now. If you're on the PR Yourself blog, you'll be able to see. Chandra just held up a post-it saying 10 years.
2009.
10 years the photos were taken. When he got into his first position of principal leadership in Colleyville in 2019 was when they brought this to his attention saying, is this the Dr. Whitfield that we want leading our schools? He was very unnerved by it. He talked to his wife about it. His wife felt like at the time that, well, what do they mean? Are they upset by the picture because you're a Black man and you're showing your tattoo? And he said, no, honey, they are mad because I'm in a relationship and my wife is white. And they asked him to take the pictures down. And at the time that it happened, he took the pictures down. Now here we are in 2021, and he regrets that he removed those photos from his Facebook at the direction of the school district. So here we are in 2021, following George Floyd and everything that has happened with the Black Lives Matter movement, everything politically, where we're discussing critical race theory and the things that should be taught in the schools and the history that's not being taught in the schools.
Right.
And all of this is bubbling to the surface. And he is, in my opinion, I just feel like they are pulling any rabbit out of the hat to shut this man up and shut him down because of him now wanting to effectuate change in these schools. And it's like, oh, well, and he's saying to his point, like, you guys have been discriminating against me. So the things that I'm trying to implement in the schools, you guys did to me when I first got here by telling me to take pictures of me and my white wife down and clouding it in the light. That is because they're suggestive photos. And is this the Dr. Whitfield we want our students to see?
I'm still stuck on, okay, because in his Facebook post, right, it said at the last school board meeting, an individual was allowed to speak my name in a public open forum, and that's against the rules, and I can no longer maintain my silence in the face of this hate, intolerance, racism, and bigotry. So basically, y'all, they have been poking at this man for all these years. So listen, let me go ahead and tell y'all something. Anybody who feels they being wrong, they're going to have receipts. Okay, and this is where the racism is showing its ugly head, because you all went back to an album when he started teaching there that was 10 years old. Y'all was searching for something to disqualify this his name is Dr. James Whitfield. Let's go ahead and say this. Dr. Dr. Period. Okay? So that means he went to school he got a lot of loans and stuff. We know he paid his dues. So you all mean to tell me that because he's speaking up on the stuff that's going on in this school district, y'all trying to find any little old thing to teach him a lesson, to knock him down a couple pegs.
But here's the thing. I'm not saying that we've progressed a lot.
We haven't.
But at least I can say in Texas, we've progressed a little teeny millimeter for a lot of white people to come out and say, nah, even this shit's petty.
Right.
The woman they had on the news was like,
really?
I'm not understanding this because those are beautiful photos. She's like, these are beautiful photos of him and his wife. They're married. What's the problem? My kid goes to the schools. I don't see what the problem is. So even some white people are coming out and saying, now this is
y'all going too far.
Garbage dumpster, bottom of the barrel petty.
Right. I mean, because it's like they've been telling him to get like to get around the fact that some people are racist and just deal with it and stay positive. Listen, now see, you can stay positive as much as you can, but when you start going to nitpicking that much, like what's next? The man dog? Like I'm trying to figure out the next is he can't post. Like it's becoming just ultimately just stupid and nonsense. And if you got other white people saying like, look now, this is too much, you know, let that man live. Just because he's trying to teach y'all children.
So he said they bugged him back in when this happened to take the picture down. I feel like you said, since that point in time, we know that this happened 2 years ago. Since that point in time, they have been poking at him, and the critical race theory, we know, strikes a nerve with a lot of white people. It really does. We just have to call a spade a spade. That's what it is.
No. And let's can we really quickly address this critical race theory, please?
Yeah.
If they can explain it and how it's taught and what it is, then we could have an issue, okay? But this is a college level. There's only one person that can teach this theory, that understand this theory, who has not licensed this theory for use. Okay, listen, okay? So therefore, stop just they can't even explain this theory. They just don't want people pointing out racism. Just say, listen, stop pointing out.
Let's just say we want to teach what really happened in America. We want to have the correct American history.
They don't want that because that's not
correct Texas history.
They don't want that. People don't want truth. Truth is something that some people don't really care about. Like, it's okay that you had to deal with it. We're going to sweep it under the rug and put a lake over it like some people do. Okay? So, or, you know what I'm saying? Put some dirt over it. We didn't, just cover it up and keep it moving. Like, no. Like, I can't. Like.
So I feel like what happened was immediately they went and tried to control him when he first got his principal job at the Grapevine Colleyville ISD. Grapevine is also just like Colleyville, but they're combined school district in Dallas, in the DFW Metroplex. So he gets into his position. They're immediately trying to control him, want him to take down the pictures on Facebook. That was back in 2019. Then he goes to a new school to become principal. And at the school board meetings, this is when all of these things that Chandra and I are saying are taking place, where they're having these discussions about him, saying that he insinuated and made comments to the fact that white people are inherently racist and like there's white privilege. And it's like, he's speaking truth. But unfortunately, you're in the wrong school district. So what did they do? They tried to compile a bunch of crap against Dr. Whitfield. And then before you know it, I feel like him releasing this information to the news about the photograph and everything else that has happened subsequent thereto is to defend himself and to show that his school district I think he's setting this up for a lawsuit, and I think he's doing it perfectly.
The pictures look like a throwback R&B video.
They're not bad. And they said, could you take it down? Can you take this picture down? Can you take that picture down? Can you hide this picture?
Y'all know you can show the picture, but it's tasteful.
They're gonna see it on YouTube because I'm gonna embed the photo into the video. But they're not bad pictures. I saw the whole album. I mean, there's a couple, he's kind of straddling her a little bit on top, but it ain't like her legs are gap wide open. She's just looking at him lovingly like, happy anniversary, boo thing. And it's not anything worse than I've seen with some of the kids and some of the other administrators on a weekend twerking or doing their squats at the gym with their ass all in their phone screen.
I just want to point, like,
with no panties on.
I'm just gonna say this: if it's good, like, I'm pretty sure there are teachers and administrators with
T-shirt and my panties on.
I'm pretty sure these folks have some pictures. I mean, it's Texas, for Pete's sake. I know there's somebody, you know what I'm saying, with a tractor tan somewhere. Like, I'm just gonna be. I'm just saying. Shirt off.
Tractor tan.
I'm just saying.
He tells me.
Listen, somebody is out there with pictures from back in 2009, 2008, 2000. Like, there's pictures out there that they don't want, you know what I'm saying, that are questionable with the eyebrows and the frosted tips. I get it. Like, but y'all gonna make it seem like this throwback from an R&B cover is a problem. Like, it looked like a video, an R&B music video from the 99 2000s. I just don't understand what the problem is.
Well, here's what the school district had to say about that. When a social media concern is brought to the attention of the district, we have a responsibility to review it. Some of the photos the district received contain poses that are questionable for an educator. Again, they're married. So you're telling me the man can't love his wife?
Wait, questionable for an educator?
Or questionable for an educator, especially a principal or administrator. It had absolutely nothing to do with race. As a new campus principal, we wanted to provide a smooth transition for Dr. Whitfield to Heritage Middle School, which is why we advised him of the concern and made a request for the photos to be taken down from Facebook. Can I say one thing? I do a lot of career day talks across the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. And the funniest things that I will ever hear from these kids, especially when I get to the middle school level. So he's a middle school administrator. When I get to the middle school level, when I talk to them about what I do for a living and I talk about social media and I say Facebook, do you want to know what they say? What is that? We don't use Facebook. And they said that's for old people.
Yep.
And then they go, one girl said, the only reason why I'm on Facebook is because I'm trying to see where my mom checks in. And if it's a restaurant, I text her to bring me some home.
I'm still stuck on.
Why are you trying to control a platform and make it like we don't want you out there like that? And that's not even the platform these kids are on.
These kids don't care about no Facebook.
They might not, but now you putting this shit on YouTube. They all on YouTube. They gonna see it now.
YouTube, Discord, or whatever. With TikTok. Okay, listen. If it was on TikTok and they was doing all that, then the kids would see it. But I think that this is clearly, y'all don't like this educated black man over there at Colleyville school district. I renamed the school district. I said what I said. Because at this point, like, this man can't even live his life before he became a principal at the school. Like, these kids don't care as long as you making sure they're not targeted for stuff. These kids don't really care about what you do outside of your life. They don't even think you have a life. Gonna blame these kids talking about they didn't want to see it. Y'all just stop putting that on them kids. Colleyville School District.
It's racist. He's proven that it's racist. And I don't even want to go so far as to say that maybe his position was some sort of performative action on the school district to say, hey, our leadership is black. We have black people in leadership. I don't want to say it, but that's what it looks like. So I'm going to call spade a spade. And I'm seeing a lot. And that's another PR Yourself episode. I'm seeing a lot of this shit since George Floyd.
Let me say this.
I was interviewed, so y'all can quote me on this. Go find the article, Dallas Business Journal, North Texas NO. It's me, myself, and some very reputable black founders in the Dallas community where we said, ain't shit changed.
Because, and this is what I would say, after all of that happened, that's the most my clients, my black clients have gotten hit up the most. Like, I have been pitching places for months and months and months, and they want to have a black face somewhere. So this is what I'm saying. It's very true. They're hiring people just to say they met a quota. Miss me with the bullshit. We know what it is. Like, stop playing in this man's face and his man family face because y'all think that. Don't point out that these people are racist. Just be positive. No, positively, there's a whole bunch of racists in your school district. Positively. How about that? That's being positive. Teaching these kids. This is an example of how to show children, especially middle school age children who are developing their own, they're coming into their own to shuck and jive and to hide, let's be racist, but don't say we're racist. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Come on, don't teach them kids
But that's what I feel like is going on here. So this is, to me, when I saw this, I was like, I wanted to talk about this on PR Yourself because I feel like if you yourself or you know of somebody that's in an organization that have made these type of measures, please trust and believe that this is a bad PR move if you are a performative organization. Because that's what I'm saying. And I feel like he has the leverage and the ability to truly shed a negative light onto this independent school district. And oh, by the way, and to sue and have a very successful lawsuit and to be gone and be taken care of. Him, his wife, and his cute son that was in the NBC segment.
I wish him not, if their school is going to watch, they're going to come out and say, we're going to do the diversity training and we're doing everything to make sure all of us.
Diversity training should have happened last year or years. Actually, diversity training is ongoing. But when we brought the shit to y'all's attention and told you there was a problem, diversity training should have been implemented then.
Correct.
If you're trying to do it now because of, George Floyd and everybody's, Black Lives Matter and
people looking at us because we look stupid.
Rallies and stuff. It's too late. And in this instance, because of the parents and because of what did you want this Black man to do in the height of everything that was happening around him? Did you want him to deny who he is and not act like he and his family weren't affected by this, or that those discussions shouldn't be taking place within the schools? That makes the school district look bad. So I just know the communications director over at Colleyville or Grapevine Colleyville ISD has had 24-hour days. And there's really no getting out. The PR move would be to make this man happy. And to stop issuing statements that are gaslighting him.
And reprimand whoever dropped his, if you know it was against the rules to drop somebody's name in a meeting that's on the record, reprimand that person who broke the rules and whoever allowed it to happen. Stop placating and making it seem like, we just gonna give them a pass. If it's against the rules to say somebody's name on record like that, then we got a problem. Because we're not going to keep closing our eyes and acting like, y'all not blind to the stuff that man was wrong. And that's where he has he could have a case with that because his name was said on record and it was against the law.
The PR move for Dr. Whitfield, keep doing your media stints.
Yep.
Now do it within reason, keep doing your media stints, stick to the facts only. Tee up your legal team. And then what I would do is loop in my publicist with my legal team so we could keep the conversation ongoing. And then me, as soon as this lawsuit concludes, we launching a book.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a book.
Speaker series, all that.
And we're gonna launch your book. We're gonna tell your story. I'm going to get with your attorney, make sure everything is good. There's no defamation, anything like that. We're going to launch the book and you're going to go on tour. And you are going to be a voice for other administrators and other principals and other people in leadership and communities just like that who feel like they don't have a voice.
And your little cute little son going to launch a line of children's books on how not to be a racist.
Look, we've come up with his whole PR plan. Now, for a school district, you on your own because I don't rep racist ass organizations.
And Mrs. Whitfield, if you want to do your little home decor line or whatever you want to do, ma'am, you better get on it now. Start baking cookies, whatever you need to do, ma'am. We here for it.
She should have dropped that yesterday because she knew people was looking at her stuff. So she should have had just go ahead and file a DBA, sis, and just put any old thing out there. It'll blow up. They'll be like, oh, look, she has the cutest t-shirt line, not knowing that she went online and had the t-shirts made the day before.
Listen, get you some lashes, some lip gloss, some nail polish, some socks. It don't matter. We gonna support y'all.
Something. But the school district, we have a whole PR plan for you, Dr. Whitfield. So if you're listening, I think, I would love to get a hold of this. And I think there's also many progressive things that he could do with DEI companies. I want to shout out Canaris here in Dallas. The work that Mandy Price and her co-founder are doing has reached the level to where she was recognized on Good Morning America for what they're doing, going into organizations and doing diversity, equity, and inclusion work. They have technology. They have testing. I mean, what she's doing is incredible. She's an attorney. Yeah, she's not playing. So with him, I would loop in with somebody like that, and maybe you guys come together to do it in the educational sector, because that's where a lot of this misinformation is being fostered.
Hello. Because some of these teachers are walking in with that skewed mindset, and then the parents, are adding fuel to it. And so, yeah, we need to.
There's a lot in the educational system where people are bucking systems, and there's not enough people of color in leadership that could help dismantle. So what we're seeing is this playing out in the media under the context of, ooh, these are questionable photos, but no, that's not what this is. If you just keep digging and digging and digging,
is going against the establishment. We need to.
And like I said, I'm from Texas, so I can tell you exactly what's going on over there in Grapevine, Colleyville.
We're going to call it Karenville. That's what I'm going to call it.
Karenville, which is better from when I was growing up in high school. So this is better than how Grapevine, Colleyville was, say, circa 2000, the 2000s, 96. Okay, I was playing AU basketball in 1990. So the girls on my team from like 94 to 2000, we played together. So way better than then. But to know that here we are 20 something plus years later and y'all still ain't got your shit together.
Because people like status quo. He was doing something different. He was something different that they didn't want.
I admire him. I feel like it's going to take more people like Dr. Whitfield, like yourself, like myself, to go and break these barriers and not just say, oh, we're going to let that stay white is right over there. It takes people like us to go in and to take the heat and to dismantle. That's what it's going to take. But
like, Lord. I like a good fight. I like good trouble, but see, my attitude. Yeah, we done saved the world. We got to do this. We got to birth babies. We got to do all this. We can't dismantle school districts too. Like y'all.
I'm not dismantling like that. I think that's his lane.
Yes, he need to go ahead and do that, sir. Hold up, you're in our prayers. We're
here for you in our lane, which is media and PR. So if you need us to pub the hell out of this, we will, Dr. Whitfield. But you on your own.
I'll share your stuff. I mean, I don't know. Like, I help you with children's books and things. Like, I help you, but I can't.
It's all good.
This would be a good Lifetime movie, though.
It would be. The man and the principal and his wife.
There you go. It all started with a picture.
Just don't let Tyler Perry get a hold of it. I mean, I think Lifetime would do a better job with it.
Look,
bad wigs and everything. Girl. We need to tell Tyler to hook up with Love Me wigs.
Yes.
But that's way off subject. But we'll keep following this story. This was very hot PR news. The story's been circulating around. I saw it on NBC a couple days ago, and now it has made its way to Yahoo. And Chandra, you just saw it on People Magazine, and I believe I had an alert from CNN. So, Colleyville ISD, you're in some hot shit right now, and I know that your communications team is in overdrive trying to change this narrative, but unfortunately, in the times that we live in, I don't think it's going to happen as quickly as you would like. So please hire your DEI consultant ASAP. I highly recommend Canaris Inc. Kanarys. They are amazing. They will get you right. And that's all the advice I got for you. And that's all, folks. So if you have any comments towards this, you know what to do. Leave it in the comments section. Hit us up. Keep texting and emailing me all of your PR hot news. I just had some extra time today to hop on with Chandra. So yeah, and there's just way too much going on. Like, I can't keep up with everything.
It's just too much. But I do want to say just a shout out, because I definitely got to talk. Shout out to Tony Baker. Hopefully he'll get through it. My condolences, sir. And, you give us laughter. Now it's our time to support you. So I don't know when this is going to air, but, we love you, Tony.
I'm gonna try to get it up really fast. Why you gotta put me on blast, sis?
No, I'm just saying because it was
slow.
It was on my heart because I was like, dang, look at who you came. Like, he is giving us so many, great things, and he's going through something right now, his son. So,
Yeah. So we're here.
Mm-hmm.
We're here. But you guys know what to do. And that's pretty much the show. And there you have it. That was our latest PR Petty for the PR Yourself with Leah Frazier podcast. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you found that entertaining. You know what? Sometimes it's hard because it's not truly supposed to be entertaining because this is somebody's life. But I just find some of these cases just extremely odd, that we're all up in this man's business and he's clearly trying to do the right thing for the school district. But that's neither here nor there. We're here for your PR opinion. So you know what to do. You're going to go and hit us up on @PR Yourself Podcast on Instagram. Leave us a message, a DM, send me an email, leah@think3media.com. You're going to spell 3 all the way out. Let me know what you think about this. Did you think Chandra and I were on the right track? If you saw the pictures, we're going to put them up on the blog at pryourselfpodcast.com. If you see the pictures, what are your thoughts? Do you think they're too racy for an educator? Should he have kept that off of Facebook when we already determined that kids say old people are on Facebook? So the kids wouldn't have even seen the photos. You know what I mean? Until they brought it to our attention. But that's neither here nor there. We want to hear from you. Send me a DM. Hit me up like you guys have been and keep sending me those PR petties or PR hot news that you want us to cover. And you know what to do if you like this episode. We want you to subscribe. Subscribe. We're dropping a new episode every week, and we're going to bump that frequency up as soon as I can get some of these projects off of my plate. And so you'll be the first one to get it if you are subscribed anywhere that you get your podcast and all that jazz. So also share, like us on all of our channels, and you're going to want to leave a rating and a review. Why do I ask you guys to do that? Because I want our special guests that we reach out to, sometimes we have celebrities or it's athletes or folks like that. We want them to know that this is a podcast that people listen to, that they value and that they love. And so the way that you can do that and help us out is by not only subscribing so we can have those numbers, but sharing this out so it can reach as many people as possible, but leaving us that rating and review and be as honest as possible. We want to grow and we want to grow with you. So with that being said, enjoy the rest of your week and until next time.